First, I want to say I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
And second, I want to ask, do you think it's possible one impeachment for Trump? And if it is yes, how long do you think we have to wait to see that?
Well, if you look at the Vegas odds, or the websites that bet on this, the odds just got better after this Comey episode. You have an administration that is now being investigated by my subcommittee with Lindsey Graham and myself, that is being investigated by the Senate Intelligence Committee, that is being investigated by the House Intelligence Committee, and that is being investigated by the FBI. And if the public reports are true, then there's an active grand jury working in the Eastern District of Virginia, right across the river from Washington, to develop the case and to get documents and be able to issue subpoenas and to interview witnesses, and at some point to indict people, to hear the testimony and issue the grand jury indictments that will start that process. I would expect before they got around to indicting the president, there would be indictments along the way, whether it's Michael Flynn or Manafort or Stone or whomever, his associates. And so we'll have some warning as that builds up. But clearly there is a well-resourced, active FBI investigation going on, and I think that there's a lot of liability there. There's a lot of vulnerability. There are a lot of unanswered questions. And the fact that they're hiding so much gives me, as a former prosecutor, cause of concern. Why are you hiding this? Why are you the only president ever not to release your tax returns if there's nothing about Russia in your tax returns? And if there's nothing about Russia in your tax returns, why did your son Eric a few years ago tell Golf Magazine that it was the Russians who were funding all the Trump golf courses? I mean, you could just go on and on through the questions, but those will be answered by careful, professional FBI investigators who are working at this, and I think that's one last point. You know, the storm of crazy around the Trump administration is often so much that stuff that would otherwise be front page news, you don't even notice. In the hearing, we were able to develop the fact that the FBI had gone into the White House to interview in their investigation the president's national security advisor. The FBI can't just go running in and interview senior government officials. Before they can do that stuff, as Judge, now Mayor Elorza knows, you have to have something called predication, which isn't quite probable cause, but it's reason to believe that there's both a crime and evidence of it there. So, for the first time that I can remember since Richard Nixon, there has been predication to send an FBI agent into the White House to conduct a law enforcement interview of a senior Trump official. If that had happened to Obama, everybody in the country would know about it, and everybody in the Republican side would be up in arms with their hair on fire in the streets. And in this crazy atmosphere, many people don't even know that took place. It just gets lost in all the noise.